Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. So this video, I am actually going to explain why I discontinued nursing school, because it's been asked a lot. Like, I've been asked a lot about that, and I just thought I should sit down and explain to you guys what happened, the situation, and yeah, so let's get started. I'm gonna put my glasses on. Ooh, they need to be clean. So first off, like, I realized going into the program that it was so many obstacles just put in front of you from the beginning. When it came to just paying to be in the program, there was so much unnecessary fees. There are so many fees, like technology fee. We're paying for the Wi-Fi of the building. We're paying for a technology fee, and we can't even use the technology. We don't even have a library. We can't use the printers in the school. We can't use the computers in the school. We don't have any resources. It was such a problem to do everything, to do anything. And we needed to print a lot of things, and a lot of us, like me, don't have a printer at home. You know, and it was you can't print off things for the students can't print off things here. They need to find somewhere else to print. Like, this is a school, and why can't we use your resources here? You know what I'm saying? Like, that made no sense. And we're paying technology fee, and we can't even use the technology that we're paying for. You get, like, that was just so weird to me. It was just a lot of things coming out of pocket that just seemed like, why are we paying, this stuff? Why are we paying if we can't use the things that we, need to use? So that was one thing. And then also just some teachers, like, just the way they teach or the way they talk. We're nurses, and we're coming here to learn, and it was like, I would do my lecture, and it's up to you guys to go and study and figure out your own resources, and I'm not here to hold your hand through the whole process. Like, I'm just going to do my lecture, and it's up to you to go and do the rest, and you should be prepared for the test. Like, that's not okay, because if we're coming here and we're paying to be here, to get education, to become nurses, to graduate, to get to be licensed, we need someone who's going to sit here and help us to understand things, like, certain people just can't learn like how you think we should learn, like, we're not asking you to hold our hand. Well, I'm not asking you to hold my hand. I'm just asking you to help me get an understanding of what I'm learning. I come here because I want to learn about how to care for people, and you're not being so caring right now. Like, I don't understand how you're a teacher and you don't want to teach. You just want to give a lecture and move on with life. That was just so weird to me. Like, no one here is asking you to hold our hand, and it was just like, I understand that this was accelerated. Like, this was something that nursing school moves really fast and stuff. That's fine, and I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about, just go, like, find your own resources. I don't give you stuff. I'm not doing nothing for you. I'm not doing anything extra. Like, that was just, that's weird. That's real weird, especially when we're paying to be here. That's weird. It was another problem with, this was a huge problem, because it was no guarantee of graduation. As you may know, if you go through nursing school and you're watching this, that each class you take, some is you have to have a 70% or more, and some is a 80% or more. Ours was, you had to have 79.5 average in the class in order to move on. In every single class that you take, in every single class of that trimester, you had to end it with a 79.5 or above to be able to move to the second trimester. Some nursing schools is a 70% or more to move on to the next trimester. but ours was 79.5, 80%. You move on to the next trimester. But if you didn't, say for instance, you get to the second trimester and you didn't pass one of your classes, one of your 6 classes with a 79.5, you have to go back and do the first trimester all over again. Like, that is so weird. That is so time consuming, because it's like, why was, I don't understand why that's so hard. And I can take into account that it is difficult. It could be a little, nursing school is supposed to be a little bit difficult because you are trying to get the best nurses. You know, you're trying to graduate with the best nurses, with someone that is capable of saving people's lives, that is capable of caring for people. But it should never be this hard. That's one thing. It should never be that hard to pass a nursing school. This nursing school. Like, I don't know about how y'all work nursing school work, but this nursing school had so many obstacles, and that was just one that kind of stood out to me. It was like, why we have to do this whole entire thing over again? Whole entire thing. That was beyond me. That was weird. It's like you got to continue to spend the same amount of money each time you do a new trimester. You have to get new scrubs, new uniforms, new embroidery, new books. Like, it was weird. It's like, why are we still paying? Why are we paying money? You know, it was just too much money coming out of pocket. Like, there's like no guarantee of graduation unless you waste your time. Or like you waste your years in a program spending money each time. Like, I don't even know if that makes sense, but it was and then there was 2 major things that officially made me want to just stop, because, and I'm going to give you those stories because I feel like it was just wrong. So one morning I came into school and we had a lecture going on. I was fine during the lecture. I was fine that morning. Mind you, I have IBS, which is like a stomach issue. And that morning, my IBS decided to flare up. I woke up that morning fine, you know, but during the lecture, I started getting real bad cramps. And I'm like, what is going on? I didn't even eat anything. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I started really hurting really bad in the lecture. So I went to the bathroom because I knew I had to get about it. I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to the restroom. I was in pain. I was literally, it felt like I was dying in that bathroom, because y'all, if you have IBS and you ever have a flare up in a public place, it's not comfortable at all, because people keep coming into the bathroom. I swear they're listening to you. Like, I had to like wimp in silence. It was just not, it was not fun. But I was in there for a while because I can't just use the bathroom and leave. Like, no, I'm in pain. I'm dying almost. So I was in there for a while, and my teacher was worried because I sit directly in front of my teacher, directly. And mind you, we got assigned seats, which is weird too, because it's like, why are you giving adults assigned seats? That makes no sense. But anyway, yes, my assigned seat was right in front of the teacher, like literally directly in front of the teacher. Like, she's you, and this is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was directly in front of me. So she was like, where did she go? Like, she seen me leave. She came to the bathroom. Well, I called my friend, and I told her to tell my teacher what I called my classmate. And I told her to tell my teacher that I'm in the bathroom dying. Literally. That I'm literally dying. So she told my teacher, and my teacher came to the bathroom to see what was wrong, like, what's going on with me. And I told her my condition, I told her what was wrong, and she was like, oh yes girl, like, I totally understand what you're going through, because I got the same issue. She asked me, you know, she was like, are you gonna pass out? I'm like, no, I just need water. So she helped me with everything. Like, she gave me water, she made sure I was okay. She went to go give me some water or whatever. And she was like, take your time, because I totally understand what you're going through right now. And I know, like, that was not fun. It was not fun. So I took my time, because I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing, especially when I'm going through that. No. And it's so much stress going through your mind anyway, and going through your body anyway. So yeah, I took my time. I made sure I got myself together after it passed, and we was cool. We was cool. I thought we was cool. But we wasn't cool, because I went back into the classroom, and my classmate was like, we had a pop quiz, so you better ask if you could take that quiz. I can't miss a test. Mind you, this is med-surg. I cannot miss a test in this class, because if I'm trying to get a 79.5 or above, I can't miss this. I cannot get a 0 on any test, on none, because a 0 is going to bring your grade low. A 0 is going to... So I said, no, not on no test. I went to my teacher, and I said, can I take this pop quiz? Can I please take this test? Because I was in the bathroom and I missed it. I was here on campus. Can I please take this test? Because I cannot afford to get a 0. I can't afford to get a 0. Mind you, my average at that time was at a 78. So I was right below the threshold. I was trying. I think I was at a 78. She said, I already talked to the director of nursing, and she told me I cannot give you this test. I'm like, what? I was like, what? Why can't I take the test? And she was like, because she said, we can't do that. If you miss a test, if you're not here while we give a test out, then that is that was like your, like, what the freak word they use? It was as if you're not here, like you called out sick or something, basically. I'm like, I was here on campus. I did not miss a test because I was here on campus. I did not call out. I am not sick. I just had a flare-up. So let me take this test. It is not that big of a deal. Let me take the test. She was like, I can't override what my superior has told me. So if you want to, you can go above me and go and talk to her yourself. I said, cool. So I went to the director of nursing that instant. I went to her. I explained to her what happened, and she kept trying to tell me that that's the same thing as if a student calls out sick, and if you go and leave campus, I don't even know, but I just remember telling her that is not the same thing. I am not the same as them students. I am not the same. This is not the same situation. I was here on campus. I had a flare-up. I missed it. I said, what you want me to do? Take the computer? Take everything in there with me in the bathroom? She was like, no, but, I just want to stay consistent on policy. I can understand if I said, hey, I'm not going to make it to school today, or hey, I'm going home because I'm not feeling well, and miss a test. I was on campus in the bathroom fighting for my life. And she's telling me I can't take the test. Like, that literally made me so angry. She gave me a 0. Now, the zero did some things. It did some numbers. It gave me it did it. It did it for me. And I'm like, bro, like, we had like 2 more tests left. I started calculating like what I'm gonna get if I got an 80 on the test, or if I got a 90 on the test, or if I did this, like if I even passed the test, will it bring my average up? No. That test that I missed was so crucial to my grade that I would have to do the whole entire trimester over again. And it made me angry because I'm like, I could not control the situation. So she's like, if you want to the director of nursing was like, you should write a grievance report and go to the vice president and da-da-da-da-da. And, see what he'll say. Go above me. I go to the vice president. I set a meeting. I filled out a grievance report with his, I think, assistant. I had visited with her. She said she'll get the report and read it and review it with the vice president. And I'm like, okay. Then I get an email. I emailed the vice president to see if he was gonna get anything, if I was gonna get anything back from him. And he's like, yeah, we can have a meeting. But never responded. Never got back with me. And at that point, I knew, like, wow, they sending me on a wild goose chase. Like, I'm not really gonna be able to take this test. They're not gonna care, because I did a little bit of my research and I started talking to some people from second trimester who had to retake first trimester, and they were telling me that it doesn't matter. This, you know, is in the past. There's been some crazy things that happened to some students, car crashes, you know, and they missed a couple of weeks, and they didn't give them no mercy. So it just goes to show, it just showed me at that point, they're not going to let me take this test. They do not care. They want me to redo the whole thing, you know. They do not care what is going on with you. They do not care. And it's like, why be like that? You know, like, that is not fair. I cannot control that. That is just, like, insane to me. That is so insane to me. That was so stupid. That was, like, the most insane thing ever to me. So that was one situation. And then, you know, I was like, you know, even though I'm not going to be able to take this test, I'm going to still continue. I'm going to still try. My energy was low. My drive was low. I didn't want to do it no more because it was so much involved. It was so much little, like, picnicky things to keep you back. And it was just so weird. Like, we come here to be nurses. We're not coming here for y'all to nitpick every little thing so we won't graduate. It literally just, it was so weird to me. And then on top of that, we paying crazy stuff for crazy things. On top of that, we paying for a dang system, an online system that we never even used. Kaplan, that we don't even use. It was just, it's weird. It's real weird. I know I'm going all over the place, but I hope y'all are following. It's just weird events that happened throughout this whole nursing school that really made me think this is, in my opinion, a scam. And then it was another instance. The second instance had to do with clinicals. And now y'all know you cannot miss any clinical hours. You can't miss clinicals, period. That is important to be able to go and take the NCLEX once you do graduate the program. So you can't miss any clinical hours. In my book, you can't miss no clinical hours. That was crucial. This reason was a really, really, really petty reason. And that's what made me, and that was like my last straw. And it's very mandatory, your clinical hours, because clinicals, you have to take clinicals in order to take the NCLEX, which is the exam to get your license. And so I was not planning on missing any clinical hours, any clinical minutes, seconds, no time. The first day of clinicals, well, first off, we're supposed to buy on our own uniform, green scrubs and a white shirt, like white scrubs, the appropriate color scrubs. Then, so the night before, mind you, we always got updates like at 11 something at night. Like, we never got updates for the next day at a reasonable time. We always got them late at night, knowing good and well we have to go to sleep early so we could be up early to be at school, to be to school at 6:30. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why? I don't understand why my instructor decides to send it late at night when everyone's sleeping. I don't know the logic in that, but this particular night he sent it late, what we needed for the first day of clinicals. Me, I was still up, so I luckily caught it. I had all my materials together. I had the appropriate color scrubs, and I had my name badge that you need. You need your name badge. Yeah, I was ready for clinicals. I go into the building. I travel, use my own gas to travel to that freaking building, and just to get turned back around because I don't have an embroidery on my shirt. I have my name badge that has the logo of the school that I'm from on there. And I have the appropriate color scrubs, which is exactly verbatim what it said in the freaking text thing, in the freaking, what is it called? The Pulse app. We use the Pulse app in the freaking update. So we could be prepared for the next day. That's exactly what it said, appropriate color scrubs. It didn't say nothing about no embroidery. It said appropriate color scrubs. Mind you, we have to pay for our own uniform. So if you, like, we have to pay for our own uniform. And that costs a lot. It costs over $100 to get, like, scrubs are not cheap, first of all, and to get embroidery on it, it's definitely not cheap. So I got what I could afford at the time, and I freaking got the appropriate color scrubs like he said. Just to be turned back around and told I cannot participate in the whole entire clinical day because of a little embroidery on my shirt. I tried to reason with him. I tried to tell him, look, I got the scrubs on. You can't even tell the difference. It's the same exact color. When I tell y'all to the T, it was the same exact freaking scrubs, just mine didn't have an embroidery on it. It was like, why are you telling me I can't participate in this day of clinicals because of a embroidery? That was like beyond me. That was my last straw, because it's like y'all are putting everything, every obstacle in front of another so we cannot move on or move up. And it was like, what's really going on? You know, like, what is really the motive here? Because I come here to learn and not to be nitpicked on little things like that. I pay to go to this nursing school to learn about nursing, to become a nurse. An embroidery on my shirt don't mean nothing. At least not to me. So that, I was like, no. This is my last straw. Y'all really don't want nobody to be in here graduating or learning. You know, y'all don't help nobody. You're not giving them no resources to be able to be successful in this program. You know, it's a lot of money coming out of pocket. Then you get angry when people don't have the money right then and there and try to put them out of class. It's just, it's so much, like I said, it's so much obstacles put in place for you to simply graduate the program. And I just feel like, in my personal opinion, it should never be that hard to learn. It should never be that hard to graduate. It should never be that hard to move forward day to day. It should never be that hard, ever. It was like as if they wanted us to give them our money over and over and over and over again. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like they couldn't pay their own bills, so that we had to pay their bills. But we weren't guaranteed graduation. That's what it seemed like to me. I'm not saying that's what it was. I'm saying that's what it seemed like. It just seemed like very, in my opinion, very scamish. Like, take your money, you're not graduating. So, yeah. And then on top of that, through this whole experience of just learning the things that I learned nursing-wise, I realized that I'm not really passionate about nursing in this way. Like, I love to help people, and I want to help people in life. I do have a helping hand, and I am very nurturing, but nursing is not the way to go for me, because I am an empath, and I'm just not, I don't think that it will be smart and healthy of me to be in that field of hospital, and like, you know, like, it's just, it's so much. I'm not really into that, you know, and that's what I've realized. There's so many things that I can't tolerate. I have like so many phobias that, you know, I can't tolerate. And people, you know, in my class would tell me, you know, if you get, you know, grossed out about this, like, how are you gonna be a nurse? Like, if you have a emetophobia, how are you gonna be a nurse? You know, like, that's my biggest thing. I have a emetophobia, y'all. Like, I can't do it. Period. I don't know how I was gonna do it, but and I know you sitting there like, girl, what did you think was gonna happen? But yeah, like, I thought, like, you know, I could do it, but then I realized there's so many things that you have to tolerate as a nurse, you know, to be that you have to tolerate. There's so many things that you have to tolerate as a nurse that I just, me personally, I can't do it. And there are so many things that I also learned that I am interested in, that I really do like about, you know, certain aspects of nursing. For instance, I love pregnant women and like doulaship and midwife. I love that. That's my lane, I feel like. And I've just learned so much about what I am interested in, actually, you know. And I learned so much about what I am not interested in, and what I cannot tolerate, and what I can tolerate, type of things. So, I mean, this whole thing was a learning experience. It was an experience. It was a knowledgeable experience. I learned so much, y'all. Like, not only am I CPR certified, but like, I've learned so much about the body, and, you know, just having that knowledge on your head, in your head anyway. Just having that knowledge anyway, it makes you, you know, I mean, you've grown. You have knowledge now. You know how things work. So I'm kind of still grateful that I went through that first trimester, but I just knew, like, you know, I'm not going to waste my time, because I'm not even into it no more. I'm not even into it, and I've realized I'm not into it. This isn't what I want. I don't like the energy. I didn't like the energy. And, you know, some people are cut out to be that caring type of person, to be that type of care giver. So I think I'm a different type of helping hand. And yeah, that's just something that I learned. And yeah, so that's why I just made the, you know, decision that I don't want to continue with this nursing journey at this school, because first of all, the school just did not feel right to me. It didn't feel right. It was so much going on. And then when you bring it to their attention too, by the way, I wanted to say this too, when you bring it to their attention, or when you complain about something, it was like as if they had policies to back up their whole, like, you couldn't even argue with them, because it's like they had a policy for everything. It was like as if their policies were made for them to succeed in a way. Like, their policies backed their crookedness in a way. So it was kind of hard to really bring that to their attention, because it's like, well, policy, well, I want to stay consistent with policy, and and policy says, like, do you understand that you're wrong, though? That you're wrong, and they didn't care. They didn't care. And they didn't care. And that was true. So, and I complained. I sent the official complaint. I just know that certain things that they did was just not right. And, you know, and it doesn't really create a healthy environment, and it doesn't create a, I feel like the things that they do not create a great nurse. It creates it just created something so negative to me. The environment was not a good environment. Not saying that the classmates that I was working with, the classmates that I worked with was beautiful, but it was just the fact the instructor to classmate ratio was negative. It was as if you can't, they spoke to us weirdly, you know? It was like, you're my student and you can't tell me what to do. When I was talking to my instructor about the scrub situation at the time, I told him, I was like asking him, what is the big deal about an embroidery when I have the appropriate color scrubs, which is what you said. He said, the big deal is I'm not going to argue with the student. First of all, sir, we're not arguing. I'm trying to understand where you're coming from, because you're bringing something so little into something so big, and you making me miss out on my mandatory clinical hours over something so small. You get what I'm saying? And it was like I'm so beneath you type of thing. Like, and I get it, I am your student, but you should not talk to me like I'm just so beneath you. Like, it was, and then it was like that constantly. It was like it was like just little jabs here and there of, you guys don't read enough, you need to start reading, you need to pay attention, like little things, like we all not grown in this class, like we all don't know how to, we know how to read, and when someone asks you a question, to get a better understanding, we don't need the attitude. You know, we're here to learn. We're here to understand. You should not get angry over somebody trying to understand. And that was constantly, like I said, the little things that just kept going on, that just, it was just so negative. And it was like, everybody had each other's back. All the administrators, like all the instructors, all the people had each other's back, because they know it was just so weird to me. I just don't even know how to fully put it into words. But y'all, if y'all was there, you will understand. But it was just know that it wasn't a good experience for me when it came to learning in this school. But the classmates, the people around me, they were very nice, and it was a good experience with them. But it was just the whole facility just didn't give. It did not give what it needed to give, in my opinion. And it was just it made it a very difficult environment to learn and to move forward, and it was just beyond me. So I knew, like, I'm not going to waste my time with these people who keep taking money out of my pocket and not teaching me nothing, and not letting me move ahead, you know. So I just thought, you know, and then on top of that, me not really knowing what I want, you know, finally figuring out through this whole experience what I actually want. And it isn't nursing. I don't think I want to be that type of nurse, you know. I'm not made for that. I am made to help people, like I said, but just not in that way, because there's so much that you gotta do, and I feel like it's important to be passionate, especially if you want to be a nurse and help people in that way. I feel like you have to be passionate about that, and you have to want to do that, because if you're not passionate, and if that's not something that you want to do, then you can easily, you know, you're working with people's lives here, you know, you can mess up, you know. And I'm not that type of person. I don't want to just be playing with people's lives like that. So if I'm not interested in it, I'm not going to be playing with people. You get what I'm saying? I think the best thing was for me to just discontinue, because, like I said, this wasn't my passion. And then, but in this whole experience, I realized what I truly am interested in, you know. So, yeah, so that's really all that happened. That's really the reason why I discontinued nursing school. I know I got so many questions of, you know, are you still doing nursing school? Like, why did you quit nursing school? You know, and it was just so much that just went on, y'all. And I'm sorry just for if you were, you know, getting excited about the videos and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, you know. Yeah, I just hope that, you know, in the little time that I did do the nursing and that I did vlog, that first I was inspiring to y'all, and that second it was entertaining, and I'm just so glad that y'all even stuck around to even go with me, like look at me through this journey and like just experience that with me. And I know that in those vlogs I didn't really explain what was really going on. I did have my days where I'm like, bruh, you know, like I did hint at certain things if you look in the vlogs, but I didn't really explain, you know. And now I'm just sitting down to really explain to y'all what really happened and what was really going on. And it was just so much, y'all. I can't even say everything that was going on, but just know, like, just get the vibe of really what was going on. And it wasn't good, you know. But I'm happy that y'all were able to go on this journey, this little short little journey with me. And I still want to continue to vlog like I've been doing. I still want to continue. I'm 19, you know. I'm still growing and I'm still figuring out myself, and I have a whole life ahead of me. And I still have so many interests and things that I would want y'all to participate in this, you know, in certain journeys with me. So I'm gonna continue to vlog every week, and because it's something I like doing. I really like this channel, and I really like to make and create videos for y'all. So if you want to stick around and continue to watch me, then I am more than grateful. And I love y'all so much, and I thank you guys so much for watching this video. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope y'all got some insight and you know, some good reasoning as to why. But yeah, so I guess I'll see you guys in the next upload, and I love y'all so much. Yeah, make sure y'all like and comment and subscribe, and yeah, I thank y'all I just thank y'all so much for going on this journey with me and for really having patience as well. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, honestly. Thank you so much for watching my nursing vlogs and for just all the words of encouragement, just giving me, you know, encouragement to keep going and stuff like that. Like I'm very grateful for that, and I love that energy, and I'm grateful for that energy and for just the positiveness. But yeah, I love y'all so much, and I thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next upload.